It was a cold, overcast afternoon in the city of Brooksville. The kind of day that made people rush indoors and tuck their hands deep into coat pockets, trying to shield themselves from the chill. In the bustle of the city's business district, a girl in worn-out sneakers and a patched-up hoodie made her way past towering skyscrapers and luxury cars, head down and backpack slung across one shoulder. Her name was Alara. She was 21, struggling to survive each day, juggling 2 part-time jobs, and barely managing to keep her mother's old apartment above water after her death. Alara was what the world called invisible, no pedigree, no connections, no name. She cleaned tables in the morning and stacked groceries in the evening, and in between, she dreamed of something better, something meaningful. But dreams were a luxury for people with time and money. As she passed through the marble steps of Montgomery Tower, one of the tallest buildings in the city, in her way to the bus stop, her foot accidentally kicked something leather and worn. She paused, looked down, and saw a wallet. It was thick, bulging with cards and crisp bills, not the kind of wallet that belonged to someone like her. She looked around. People were too busy to notice or care. Curious, she picked it up and opened it slowly, revealing a sleek black business card that read, Lucas Thorne, CEO, Thorne Tech Corporation. Her heart skipped. Thorne Tech was a name you didn't miss. Everyone knew about Lucas Thorne, the cold, brilliant, reclusive CEO who built an empire in artificial intelligence and biotech. He was a billionaire, a genius, and according to the tabloids, a ruthless businessman. But the most interesting part, rumors swirled that he was also a single father to a little girl no one had seen in years. Alara looked at the license and credit cards, then the stack of $100 bills. Her stomach growled. She hadn't eaten a proper meal in 2 days. Rent was overdue, and her electricity would be shut off by the weekend. This wallet could solve everything for now. Something inside her rebelled. Her mother had raised her with one core principle: do what's right even when no one is watching. Alara sighed, zipped up her hoodie, and turned around. She marched back into Montgomery Tower. Security stopped her at the entrance. After much convincing and flashing the wallet, she was finally led upstairs. The elevator doors opened to a penthouse. Sweet, all chrome and glass, where time seemed to slow down. She stepped out, heart pounding. A tall man stood by the window, sharp-featured with dark eyes and an unreadable expression. Lucas Thorne. His gaze locked onto the wallet in her hand before flicking to her face. "Where did you find that?" he asked, his voice low but commanding. Alara swallowed. "Outside, near the steps. I just wanted to return it." She extended it toward him. Lucas took it without a word, opened it, checked its contents. Everything was still there. He stared at her again, searching her face. Most people would have taken the cash and dumped the rest. Yet here she was. "You didn't take anything?" he asked, still skeptical. "No," she said, firm. "I just thought you'd need it." Lucas tilted his head slightly. Something about her tone. She wasn't trying to impress him. Didn't recognize his power like most did. She was just tired and honest. He gestured to the assistant nearby. "Get her name?" Alara stepped back. "No, really, it's okay. I'm not looking for a reward. I have to get to work." "Oh." And before anyone could stop her, she left. But Lucas Thorne wasn't used to people walking away from him. That night, he found himself distracted. Something about the girl's face, her voice, the weariness that clung to her like an old coat. He ordered a background check. What he found shocked him. Alara Marone, no criminal record, working 2 jobs, raised by a single mother who passed away 2 years ago, outstanding rent, no siblings, no living relatives, barely surviving. That night, he watched her from a security feed near her apartment building, returning from her job, dragging her feet, heating instant noodles by candlelight the next day. Alara found a sealed envelope under her door. No return address. Inside was a job offer, assistant to the CEO of Thorne Tech. Her jaw dropped. It had to be a mistake. She ignored it. The next day, another envelope, this time with a handwritten note. "I don't reward honesty. I recognize integrity. If you don't show up tomorrow, I'll assume you don't want the position." She hesitated, debated, and finally, with shaking hands, she chose a clean shirt, ironed it with a pot of hot water, and went. When she arrived, Lucas didn't say much. He introduced her to the team as my new personal assistant and walked away. Just like that, she was in a different world. Private elevators, 30th floor views, glass conference rooms, meetings with billionaires. It was terrifying and thrilling. She was assigned simple tasks at first, scheduling meetings, taking notes, fetching coffee. But Alara had a sharp mind and a quiet strength that soon caught people's attention. Within a week, she'd streamlined Lucas's chaotic calendar and reorganized internal communications. And Lucas, he noticed. Behind closed doors, he watched her more than he admitted. The way she smiled when no one was looking. The way she sat quietly, but always saw more than others. One day she caught him watching. "Is something wrong?" she asked. He shook his head. "No, you just remind me of someone." She didn't ask who. Then came the day everything changed. A board member insulted Alara in a meeting, calling her the charity case from the street. Lucas slammed his palm on the table. "She's the only one in this room I trust," he said coldly. Silence followed. Lucas walked in, poured 2 glasses of wine, and handed her one. "I want to show you something," he said, opening a drawer and pulling out a photo. A little girl with caramel curls and big eyes. My daughter. Her name's Lyra. She hasn't spoken a word since her mother died. Lyra stared at the picture, then at Lucas. "You're doing all this alone?" He nodded. "And I'm failing." Ilara took a deep breath. "You're not." And for the first time in years, Lucas believed it.